If you want to truly build a business and change your life, there is one question that comes before product, marketing, and even before raising capital. Which country is worth building in? Because the country where you operate defines what is easy and what is almost impossible. It defines whether opening a company takes hours or months. It defines whether your profit becomes fuel for growth or disappears into fees, fines, bureaucracy, and legal insecurity. It defines whether the bank treats you as a partner or as a suspect. It defines whether hiring good people is viable or becomes a legal trap. It defines whether you have access to wealthy customers and large markets, or whether you must fight for scraps. So this video is not tourism. It is not a list of beautiful countries. It is not motivational talk. It is a practical map for those who want two things at the same time: make money with digital businesses, serving the world. Build physical businesses that grow through logistics, teams, operations, stores, factories, offices, franchises, whatever applies. And here is the important part. The best country is not the cheapest one. Cheap can be fragile. The best country is the one that gives you leverage for growth. Now, top 10 best countries to start a business. Digital and physical businesses with a focus on strong growth. 10. Ireland. Ireland enters the top 10 as a practical corporate and technology base, especially for digital businesses that want to operate with a global company profile. Why it is strong. Strong presence of technology companies and an ecosystem connected to large markets. A regulatory environment that tends to be clear for international businesses. A structure that works well for those selling services and software. Where you win. If your plan is to build an internationally oriented company, sell abroad, hire remotely, and keep financial operations organized. If you want European credibility with clients and partners. Where it weighs. Cost of living and operations can rise quickly depending on the city. The internal market is not huge, so real growth comes from international activity. Ideal for SaaS, global agencies, B2B consulting, digital products, companies entering Europe with a respected base. 9. Netherlands. The Netherlands is a logistics and international business machine. It functions as a bridge to the entire European market, both digital and physical. Why it is strong. Extremely efficient logistics and trade infrastructure. Corporate environment focused on international commerce. Excellent base for distribution, imports, and European operations. Where you win. If you want to sell physical products with fast delivery and strong distribution, if your business depends on routes, partners, transport, and operational consistency. Where it weighs. High operational costs compared to Eastern European alternatives. Competitive market that demands positioning and efficiency. Ideal for physical e-commerce with heavy logistics, brands seeking European distribution, supply chain companies, B2B operations. 8. Canada. Canada is a country of credibility, stability, and organization. It is not cheap to start, but it is strong for businesses that want to build reputation and access large markets. Why it is strong. Solid institutional system with predictability. Direct economic connection to the United States market, business environment that favors planning and execution. Where you win. If you want a company with high trust perception, if you plan to sell to North America and need a solid base, if you work with premium services and demanding clients. Where it weighs. High costs, especially housing and payroll. For some physical operations, margins can be tighter at the beginning. Ideal for high-ticket services, technology companies, businesses seeking a North American base with stability, operations that require banking trust and reputation. 7. Estonia. Estonia is an extremely efficient digital base. It is not a market country, it is a business infrastructure country. Why it is strong? Advanced digital administration for companies, excellent environment for global operations, structure designed to simplify management and reinvestment. Where you win if your business is digital and you want to scale internationally. If you need remote management, administrative efficiency, and focus on reinvestment, if you want to build holdings and corporate structures with clarity, where it weighs, for physical businesses dependent on a large local market, it is not ideal. Physical expansion usually happens in other countries while keeping the structure in Estonia. Ideal for SaaS, digital products, international agencies, global info products, holdings, revenue, and corporate structuring. 6. Poland. Poland is one of the best balance points between cost and growth in Europe. It is strong for physical companies and also works well for digital businesses that want lower living costs while keeping access to the European market. Why it is strong? Operational costs generally lower than Western Europe, growing internal market and rising consumption, strategic location to serve surrounding countries, workforce with strong cost-to-performance ratio in many sectors. Where you win if you want to build a real operation with team, office, logistics, or even light industry. If you want to live and operate with quality without extreme costs. If you want to build something large in stages, starting efficient and expanding. Where it weighs. Some sectors require cultural and bureaucratic adaptation. Fast growth demands structured hiring and process planning. Ideal for agencies, European logistics, e-commerce, service companies, tech teams with local staff, regional production and distribution. 5. Germany. Germany is the strongest corporate and industrial center in Europe. It is not the easiest place, but it is one of the most solid for building large physical businesses. Why it is strong? Large internal market with strong purchasing power, high-level industrial engineering and infrastructure base, reputation for quality that allows companies to charge more. Where you win if you want industry, production, automation, technical services, strong B2B operations. If you want European Union access with corporate weight. If you want to build a robust and durable operation. Where it weighs, higher costs, heavy regulation and formal processes, less flexibility for improvisation, more discipline and structure. Ideal for industry, logistics, engineering firms, premium technical services, physical businesses requiring serious structure and strong markets. 4. United Kingdom. The United Kingdom remains a global business hub, especially due to its financial weight and international ecosystem. Why it is strong? Strong legal and business tradition, deep global business connections, excellent environment for services, finance, technology, and international companies, where you win. If you want global credibility and presence, if you work with services for international clients, if you want to raise capital, build partnerships, and operate at corporate standards, where it weighs, high costs in central regions, some regulatory uncertainties in certain sectors require planning, ideal for B2B services, fintech, consulting, technology companies, internationally focused businesses with premium positioning. 3. Switzerland. Switzerland is less about starting cheap and more about building with protection. It is an environment that values stability, quality, and trust. Why it is strong? Extremely high legal and economic stability, strong financial system and global reputation, high trust environment useful for long-term businesses. Where you win. If you want to protect capital, structure holdings, and manage serious corporate operations, If your business is high value and high margin, if you want extreme predictability, where it weighs, high living and operational costs. Not ideal for testing ideas or starting with thin margins. Ideal for holdings, premium companies, financial management, corporate structures, high-margin, long-term businesses. 2. Singapore. Singapore is efficiency. It is one of the best places in the world to open, organize, and scale businesses with international focus, especially when targeting Asia. Why it is strong. Extremely functional business environment, clear rules and efficiency-driven systems, strong financial and corporate infrastructure, excellent gateway to Asian markets. Where you win, if you want to operate internationally with speed, if your business has high margins and needs global structure, if you want rapid growth with organization and corporate networking, where it weighs high costs, demands professionalism and execution, does not tolerate amateurism. Ideal for international trade, tech companies, Asian expansion businesses, global corporate structures, high-ticket operations. 1. United States. The United States ranks first because it is the largest scaling ground on the planet. It is where companies most frequently become giants due to a combination that is difficult to replicate elsewhere. Why it is number 1? Largest consumer market with strong purchasing power, business culture focused on growth and scale, aggressive ecosystem of capital, partnerships, and expansion. Infrastructure for brands, distribution, technology, and marketing. Where you win, if you want to build something truly big, if you want to raise investment, scale fast, and test products in massive markets, if you want to turn a company into a global brand. Where it weighs, heavy competition, requires excellent execution, strong products, and solid marketing. Legal and operational complexity demands structure and discipline. Ideal for scalable startups, aggressive e-commerce, global brands, technology, premium services in large markets, any business aiming to become a reference, if you want to turn a company into a global brand. Now you have a top 10 built for a specific objective, creating a business that grows strongly, digital and physical, without relying on luck. If you want to turn a company into a global brand,